Hey everybody, my name is Chris, and I'm a pro GM at RPGClub.net, and if you're here, that means you are either trying to find out more about the games that I run, or more about this particular game. If you're here for the recap, go ahead and click on the timestamp down in the description, and there should be just a blip in time that'll send you right to it. If you're here to learn more about the games that I run, or what it means to be part of an RPGClub.net game, great, let's talk about it. So, why join a pro GM'd game? Well, first thing I would say is consistency. Consistency and satisfaction levels. I've DM'd for decades. I've been playing this game since I was 12 in various forms, whether it was Advanced 2nd Edition, 3rd, 3.5, Pathfinder, what have you. But it wasn't until I started pro DMing that I really started to see these long-term campaigns come to like complete ends. It was the paid games that I was running that ran the longest, that had the highest player satisfaction, that had the greatest moments of just resolution. And I want that for you. It doesn't have to be my game. There's plenty of other GMs over at RPG Club that you can check out that might be the right person for you. But you owe it to yourself if you're invested in playing games consistently, where people don't flake, where the GM doesn't flake, where burnout is less of a thing. You should try joining a pro GM game. There's only so many GMs out there, and the ones that are worth their salt are charging money for it, because they should. It's an art form. It's entertainment. Give it a shot. That being said, there's links in the descriptions that'll take you to a description about this game. If it's full, there are other games that I should be setting up on my schedule. You'll see those too if you check out my GM profile. But let's find out currently what's going on with my 2024 based game, Heroes of Calenoth. We just finished session 3, so let's talk about it in a recap. Previously on Heroes of Calenoth. The party leveled up as soon as they reached the milestone, which was getting to the mountain village of Morhul. In the 2024 game, Goliaths as a whole have their bloodlines from what giant kin they've descended from very visible. Fire, cloud, storm. This was really inspiring when designing this moot that occurs in the village of Morhul. So we have chiefs and second in command from all of these various Goliath tribes in the Blue Mountains that have come together. They do so monthly to discuss politics and certain ongoing things, but other stuff is going on in the village as well. The elder, who is currently a stone-tribed elder, is trying to prepare for the end of life, and in doing such he needs to name a successor. That's what this particular moot is hinged around, but there are other bad things going on. As the party discussed with the elder upon arrival, there have been recent desecrations inside their sacred caves. And inside the sacred cave, there are the bodies of the interred Goliaths that are, great and venerated. And some of their skulls have gone missing. Some of their bodies have had been rummaged through by something. He's not sure what. The party mentioned rumors of a cult, but he's yet to see any evidence. He encouraged them to perhaps stick around and keep an eye out. Outsiders may be valuable, especially during this critical time where his attention has to be elsewhere, on politics. So they agreed. They also asked about the dragon relic that they had heard stories about, and he told them the tale of Vorthalos the Bright, a great radiant dragon, the last of his kind, that many, many ages ago, before the demons first attacked, that helped fight alongside the Goliathkin and was slain in battle. Something happened to the dragon when he fell. He landed many miles away and then perished, and the giants were able to have some final words with the creature. He said to bury him in a glade, which they did, but they found that something was going on with his skull, something magical that could be harnessed to be used as a weapon. So the Goliath clans decided to wrap his dragon skull to the top of their giant ram, and this chief rode this skull into battle like a totem. And as such, he was able to wield some sort of mystical powers. But they feared that the powers may not be entirely good, so they hid it. The elder lied to the group and said that he had buried the skull with the rest of the dragon. But the group ascertained that that was not actually true. The skull must be somewhere else. The group talked amongst themselves. They believe that it's somewhere within the sacred caves, but time will tell. they have to wait for their opportunity to go in. They enjoyed the evening with the Goliathkin, and they had their mutra, which was essentially a series of games for respect and honor, each tribe coming and introducing a game among all the clans. They played 6 different games, culminating in the very dangerous game that the Storm Clan wanted to play, called Thunderleap, which was the only one that really risked death. And they decided that they would participate. And so our Goliath player character was the one who decided to leap first, across the chasm, up to the moot point, the crest of a mountain hilltop. And as he leapt across the chasm, he was followed by one of the other tribe's second-in-commands, a hill tribe woman named Shava. And as she landed in the snowy peak, there was a dire bear, a corrupted creature that had wandered down. Now, these two, separated from the group, had a decision to make. Could they fight it off alone? Well, we rolled initiative, and the heroic remainder of the party managed to leap the chasm themselves, gaining a ton of honor among the chiefs and the second-in-commands of all of the hill tribes. And a great feast was held later that evening after they had defeated the creature. The group, preparing for bed, also had agreed with the elder that they would watch the sacred cave this evening. So they gathered at the entrance and took a short rest. And some of them headed into the chasms deep down inside to see what could be possibly inside. And as they went down through the wet, winding passageways of this stone cavern, they could hear a rustling, bones, water, echoes. They weren't alone down here. We'll find out what awaits them next time on Heroes of Calenoth.